is that there is an arrangement. The Painesville and the Monrovia City Corporation are working together with a group that will do recycling. We also identifying place to remove Wayne-Town, to remove the garbage, not just to get rid of the garbage, but to also be able to recycle some of those things. All the plastic we throw around, it takes 400 years for plastic to completely be decomposed and how. What we're trying to do is to find a way to recycle those. It takes money. You can't catch up with the people throwing garbage around to be able to collect. So they are working jointly to bring investment here for recycling. That also will create jobs. They need trucks to remove the garbage. They need to relocate the garbage disposal site. All of these things you cannot. As I told you, the people got to believe in the country. You got to see that good things are happening. The negotiation are going on and they are taking place. I'm even telling Public Works, every time I ride on the road, every hole I see on the main road, we got to repair. It takes time to do these things, but the garbage will be removed. The Center Street, you look at Center Street, for example. That used to be the big rest, but you know, Liberia, we do everything different. Cemetery is not supposed to look like that. But in Liberia, that's how it looks. All these things we got to get rid of. But we have to get recycling all of these things. Before the end of the year, we'll be falling into a lot of young people, their parents. Employable. Besides that, the job creation comes not mostly from government. Everybody think they gotta be. The government employs everybody. Who will pay? Where will the money come from? So job creation comes in some of the concession agreements that we're signing. But at the same time, we have to train our young people to be prepared to handle a job. Vocational training. We just brought people from Tuskegee University to try to make BWI that center that will create opportunities for vocational training. And around the country, we want to be able to put vocational training in most of the counties so that the young people can learn to do many things. You sit here, who does it? Everything here is done by a technician. And they have the competence, they have the desire to do it, but we have to prepare them. So many years they've been just idle, nothing going on. You got to prepare them for that. You got to put them through school, to vocational training school. You got to make sure that you bring companies to invest, and we are doing that. But it will take some time because every concession that comes here must be scrutinized. You must agree to the terms and conditions. There are people who want to come here to build a seaport to put, like in Buchanan, we work with the seaport there. There are Koreans right now in the diner. We have to create opportunities in tourism. It will take time for all these things to be done. So we appealing to the young people. The smaller things we can do right now, but the bigger things we have to work with international people to do it.
Mr. President,
Yeah.
we are the guys who sit on the radio interacting with the public, the locals, on an everyday basis. I know you don't get to listen to all of the radio stations. You don't get to hear all of what the people, your people, will say. But one of what has been consistent is the fight against corruption and their stewardship that people should account for in the previous administration. In simple terms, some of your people believe that you are not fighting corruption. Some people believe that you're very slow, you're dragging the fight against corruption. Some people you're doing little. So we thought that we use this opportunity to ask you, Mr. President, what is your stand on corruption?
Well, you know very well that we all are human beings. Simply because somebody say you're corrupt doesn't mean that I declare you corrupt. You got to give the people a chance. And we're talking about rule of law too, because the international community also grade us for us to be able to win the compact. We are graded by all these things. How we stand on the rule of law, how we stand to provide for our citizens, how we stand on giving our people education, dealing with human beings. You go, someone, a whistleblower tells you that somebody is doing so and so, you don't just go and fight them. You first give them a chance for them to go through LACC, and they too, and mind you, everywhere you go, there are human beings there too. They all got friends too. So we don't just jump on people and fire them. Just as I wouldn't like for you to just, based on suspect, how long it took. Everybody was saying, oh, Sawyer fired him. They didn't know that Sawyer didn't fire me for corruption. It takes time to prove that. So we gave them a chance first. If we feel it's serious, we suspend you, and we gave the LACC and all the entities that are responsible chance to investigate you. They have to prove to us that the charges put on you are correct before we deal with that. We are fighting corruption, but I'm telling you, corruption, to be able to find corruption is not just a 2-day work. A lot of people who are corrupt in the system, we inherited them. Some people have tenures. They sign tenures for 6 years. You fire them, they take you to the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court put a halt on it. So a whole system of work. So why you think that somebody is corrupt simply because somebody told you they got it?
So a follow-up to that, finally, a follow-up to myself. We wouldn't get past this interview if we don't bring in the much publicized talk about FOIA project.
Can we take that after the break?
Yeah, I want us to take about
Okay, no problem.
You're listening to the Super Morning Show, special interview with His Excellency President Joseph Joman Boakai, President of the Republic of Liberia. This is ELBC Radio.
Amen. We won't have the president to our side.
Also, ELB radio from 6:30 a.m. to 10.
And Sierra Leone. Besides that, Guinea is a military country. They are trying, I think on the 28th of this month, they'll be having their election. We in Liberia are positioning ourselves as peacemakers. Cote d'Ivoire is working well with us. I just went to Ouattara's 4th election as president. There too, we thank God, could have been some conflict there. So, FOIA project is intended to be a hub for peacemaking in the sub-region. Mada Bio can drive straight to FOIA. The President of Guinea can come to FOIA. Even if Cote d'Ivoire will be the only country that will fly. So the project there is an international project intended to prepare FOIA as a place where we resolve these crises and making them very private by the president. People meeting there, international meetings will take place there. It's not a Joseph Boakai project. In fact, it started without me knowing, because probably they knew that I would have presented it. So it is not a private project. It's a peace building place. It's a place where the sub-region can meet. Heads of state can come there in privacy, meet to discuss regional problems. No matter what we do internationally, first and foremost, we must be able to take care of this sub-region, the Mano River Union. That's the project there. You go there, there's nothing there in my name.
So who's building it? So who's building that project? Is it funded by Liberia exclusively?
It's going to be funded under the Mano River. That means Guinea, Sierra Leone, Cote d'Ivoire will contribute to it.
But it's up already.
It's on. It's been funded.
Why didn't they tell you about the project?
Why they make it so?
Well, you know me, they know very well I would have resented initially because I don't want anything done there. And so they wanted to make sure. But they got, you won't hide it from me. But it's not a private project, it's a national project.
Who did they?
Just like the way we're doing in Banga, we want to make Banga a conference center. We're building that there. Projects will go to different parts of the country. The people in the south, in the western side, they are trying to make Cape Mount Tourist Center. We are trying to make Bumi Educational Center, Bapolu Emergency Medical Center for the whole. So everywhere projects, That's the project for the sub-region.
Okay, but the key takeaway is that that is not your personal.
It's not a personal project. I don't want a personal project. Personal project would be, I live in my house. Next year will make me 44 years. I'm content.
The rehab house?
Of course.
Okay.
I have a farm. These are personal projects. I'm not interested in government-funded project for me in any way.
Okay. Prior to coming, Mr. President, we gauged the views of Liberians, and one of the callers said that you should grade yourself.
You should what?
Grade yourself. What?
Your performance.
Your performance.
I should grade myself.
You will get yourself A.
A plus.
Why you have a better grade
I
yourself?
will never make an A until we reach to where we want to reach with the country, because we are still in the process.
When will we reach to that place?
Huh?
When will we reach to what time will we reach to
Well,
that
I
place?
may not be able to reach an A. I may not deserve an A. What I want to do is to set the country up so that Liberia will become A in the future, not me.
Not you.
Looking ahead, we will take calls, Mr. President. Looking ahead, what should we Liberians expect for 2026 and onward?
2026, we are, like I told you, we're going to start the road from St. Paul Bridge to Bowater side. We are going to build a road to Tottenham. We're going to build 100 elementary schools. We're going to make sure that we are building diagnostic centers. One is being built now between Bong and Lufa, where people will go check their, because most people in this country say, oh, the man just dropping down, where people will go check themselves and make sure that they are well. We are also internationally in positioned. Liberia is bringing here the youth program that was with ECOWAS, and that will be now in Liberia. All these years I founded all these entities, no position for Liberia. We're going to appoint a judge on the ECOWAS court. It will be a Liberian. There will be a lot of things coming to Liberia. There are going to be more roads built. We're going to build international infrastructure here. They are going to build a bank. Even the Ghanaian commercial bank has come to me. They want to build a bank here. They want to open a bank here. There are a lot of investment that are coming. We also are thinking about working with the people from Dubai. I met the king for investment to come here from the Emirates into Liberia. So there will be a lot of possibilities, a lot of activities here that we want to undertake come 2026.
Okay, so Timas, we will take calls, but since the president is still on the international stage, I want to remain there. We take our seat 2026 on the UN Security Council as a non-permanent member.
Yes.
I wonder how our representation going to look like.
Well, I think right now Liberia has been consulted on many issues on the Southern Sudan. Liberia now is a country that has been consulted on international issues. If you see people coming here, Liberia will be taking the seat. Liberia is now going to be on the international forum, that we are going to be the ones working with countries now to solve international problems. That's the role we're going to play.
So let me get to this. On the scene, on the national scene, Mr. President, what was put into this 3-year
US
United States visa? How did you how did you work that out? Because we know it was
I think you're happy, right?
Of course, I gotta be happy. So I'm asking. We've been in this team for 3 months, maximum 1 year. How did you work it out?
Good relationship, good image. The more people begin to see you that you are credible, we have to also put together our security system, meaning that we had to make sure our passport, our IDs, our security system is in place, that the people have the confidence that also when our people, and that's why we want to build our country so that when our people leave here, they know they can come back to a country. Most people go because they believe greener pastures. And that's why we have to put systems in place that will guarantee health, that will guarantee education, that will guarantee safety. When the people know that you can security system, to trust that we are you know very well. You had it when I went to the state.
be able to talk to the Minister of Health and Finance to look at the increment for healthcare workers, the nurses, and those casual workers. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. So, Mr. President will respond to the first 3 questions. The initial, yeah. Mr. President, the number 1 question is the person is concerned about 2029, whether you will contest again. You can respond to that.
I'd like to appeal to the Liberians. 2029, notwithstanding, let's concentrate on what happened between now and that time. Let's concentrate on improving the lives of our people. People have been deprived for too long, so let me leave that for now. I appreciate your effort, but I want to say that we should begin to work. I think we are in the country years. So let's leave that. Reconciliation. Reconciliation is a process. You have to do the first thing first. We have done the first thing. We're going to set up a committee that will go further than that. Meeting people, talking with people, for be able to bring people under one roof to talk about the way forward. So we have just done the first round to make the people know that we're sorry for what happened, to bring the people together to console those who lost their families. Then we move on to the next phase, and that next phase will be directed by a broad section of people as to where we move. Now, the volunteers, their payroll, not only volunteers, this is one country you work for the same, especially for government, for the same salary forever. I think we need to look at the cost of living to improve, but you can't do that. Our budget just gone to 1.2 billion. We've been stuck between 600 to 700 million. Let's improve the revenue. There are a lot of hidden monies around that we're trying to uncover. A lot of people, business people here have shortchanged us. If you hear a reporter coming from the port, the APM terminal hardly been cheating, let's uncover these things. And we want to use resources, at least at some point in time, to see how we can upgrade the salaries of people who work, not just for government, even for the private sector, because we have to set the bar for the people to know that our people deserve better. So this is something we have to look into, and we must do.
Okay. Let's take another round of calls. Let's hear from this person. Good morning.
Good morning, Vasley.
Your name? Where you called from?
Thank you, Vasley. Good morning, the President and Kelvin Demick. I'm Cassie Martin, Super Junior of the Inter-Letter Club, District number 14. I want to appreciate the President for making this couple appearance, at least to speak to the citizens of this country, for them to and to have an interactive discourse. I want to ask the President, much appreciation to him firstly for...
Can you just ask the question, please?
Making comments for the question, much appreciation to him.
Yeah, because we don't have time.
Probably, I want to ask the President, what is his stance on the police brutality within King George and within the country?
Okay.
Good. I just have two recommendations for the President. The first one has to do with the world market. Most of the items at the supermarket, if you ask for the price, it's in US dollars. If you go to the stores, you ask for prices at the stores, they will call USD to you. And if you went to buy something and you didn't have USD, you have it like $20, you will pay more money.
So what is the recommendation?
The recommendation is for us to have a one currency
at the Liberia market, like Ivory Coast, like Ghana and Nigeria and other surrounding countries.
Okay, let's hear from this person. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Fabi.
Your name?
My name is Jake Parker. I flew in from Balanceo, Quebec. Let me say good pleasant morning to Madam Nami President. And, our president was a heaven sent. In the kind of dispensation.
My man, but you ask the question.
Just go to the question, please.
No question. I just want to
Oh.
acknowledge my president to say thank you for what you do for this country.
Okay, he acknowledges that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good morning. Oh, please. Oh, sorry. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Let's hear you quickly. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Dan. I'm calling from Secretary.
From Saclay, PA. Go ahead.
Yes. I just want to ask the president one or two questions.
Just one question, please.
Okay, sir. Thank you. My first question has to do with the NRA. I want for the president to please investigate NRA, the custom department, to FPRC. I think he said just talk about it.
Okay, Custom Department at LRA. Mr. President, you listen to some of the concerns. Somebody asked me about King George.
Of money out of the country, the flexibility to have money when you're traveling. Before we do this, these are issues that you have to look at carefully, how they work for us, how they may work against us. So it's just not the matter of saying a country, you take over a number of issues that you got to study, you got to find out. The drug issue, I'm happy when I see the young people that are now working with us, helping us to be able to point out the sources and to work with it. I was most impressed when I heard the last time we went on December 6th, and the young people, when they were recognizing people, they were saying the DEA. you would think they were against them, but it shows you that the young people themselves want to work with us. And their help is most important because they know the source, they know. So the issue of drug in this country is a very serious one because most of our young people, they are idle and they're looking for escape. So we take it seriously, and we are fortunate that we were coming up with people who we think are doing a good job. We have empowered them, but it's not something that you can wipe away within 2-3 days. So drug is an issue we're dealing with seriously because that also internationally create problem for Liberia because they would think that we are a drug trafficking country. And so drug is issue that we're not taking lightly.
Kevin?
I'm concerned about ahead of 2026, 27 and 28 and 29, specifically 2026, especially when I see on social media with this regular picture portraying you with the ink pen and the paper. You know, what do we look forward to as presidential actions?
In pen on the paper, doing what?
Well, it portrays like there are, reshuffle actions that you envisage. But we look forward to what are the actions ahead of 20.
The same ink pen, the green ink that I point, that the same ink pen.
With that green ink?
So it's the same pen. The thing about it is that, let's be very honest, you're not, I always tell the people, the lock on the door is not for rogues. Because the rogue knows there's going to be a lock, so they come ready to break it. It's for honest people. Because honest people, people that you trust, they're the one who know when you go to sleep. They're the one who know where you hide. The pen is there to get rid of those people who still don't believe that this country needs a move, who still believe that they can steal and get away with it and deprive future generation. We're going to deal with it. For me, people say, you have breakfast with the president, you fight in the evening. We have breakfast as friends, but we are enemies when they come to depriving this country.
But then what do you have them for breakfast when you have to fire them the next day?
Well, I mean,
What do you do?
you are my friend, we have breakfast. You are my enemy. If you think that this country should be robbed just to take care of your own children, we are here for everybody. We must make sure the resources are available for our children to go to the best of school, for our children to find safety, for people who are working, that they can retire one day. And even if in this country, once you retire, you finish. You become a beggar.
My follow-up question is, what actions do we look forward to seeing?
A lot of action because investigations are going on, court cases are on. We got to get the best of lawyers to present our case. Some things that are stolen, we are hunting for them. We have the process of retrieving some of these things. These things are going to come up. The decisions are going to reach, and the Liberian people will know what to say.
Mr. President, it's amazing how you give your vice president the opportunity. I'm talking about you telling him to head, say for example, price stabilization, the energy sector.
You know, that vice president, he's a businessman. He be in business, so he knows the ropes. For me, I'm not a businessman. I'm not a politician. I'm a person who loves to see good things happen to people. The vice president is in the legislature. The vice president, as a businessman, he knows the ropes. He knows some of the things that happen. He's a converted man now and working correct. So I use him to guide me in some of the processes that he knows.
That's very well.
And it's working. How do we know let me tell you an example. Nobody had license to sell sugar, to import sugar. But you see sugar being sold all around. What's happening? Some of the companies that we gave license to produce juices, and we gave them duty-free on sugar, so they bring the sugar, and some of that sugar, they sell it. We're going to catch them.
And they put made in Liberia on it.
Of course, you don't make sugar here. So you see, you give the people duty-free to produce drinks, but they're using some of those sugar there to sell. And you meet somebody with sugar, where you bought it from this person, but that person doesn't have license to bring sugar to sell. For example, we have people who are producing flour. They were selling flour high. Then they use the flour byproduct to make feed for poultry. Then they export the poultry product.
The egg.
They use the egg, they overprice the egg, but they also benefit from the wheat bran that they fix for feed. They export it, and the axe is going to fall. So by next year, most of these people will be broke, and that's why you see the rice price going down, because people have been shortchanging the Liberian people. I'm going to spare them.
The importance of the diaspora community. I understand there's a program taking place here from you. How important are they? How important is that community?
Most of the people who live outside Liberia send remittances to their family members. It comes at a high figure. They've been working with us. But what we're telling them is, yes, while we appreciate all that you're doing and want for you to do, some of you have skills. Some of the people that have been retired, some of them are engineers, some of them are agriculturists, and some of them have been retired, and I call them retired but not tired. So in the diaspora, they can work with us to help us give skill to our young people, come and invest in the country. We don't just want all the investment to come from foreigners. The Liberians come and invest in their country. The diaspora can do that. They got huge resources, and we want for them to come and work with us.
Okay, Timas, can we take the last round of calls?
Yeah, the last round of calls.
How many?
Let's take about three.
Three calls.
Three, yeah.
2 sets of 3s.
Okay, let's
that's six,
take
right?
this first call here. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir. Good morning, Your Excellency.
Good morning.
This is Momo Bole, and I call from Monrovia.
Go ahead.
Excellency, in the year 2022, for Yangaya town, Excellency, you've been in that town before. Yangaya is in Bahama District, Bahama County. And the people of Yangaya visited you in Bombing at the time, 2022. And the people applied to you to have help them with a ferry to place it on the river that is between Grand Cape County and Bakodo County. And that river, the people of Yangaya use that area for trade.
So what is the question?
Yeah, the question is, sir, when will we? I mean, when should we meet you, sir, so that you can address our issue?
Okay. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Babli.
You called from North Dakota.
It's gone.
Hello?
Good morning.
Oh, sorry. That's all. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you, Babli, and good morning to the Excellency. I'm Nothing Fine from District Number 2, Monserralo.
Okay.
I have a recommendation, non caution. Recently, there was an executive order number 151
only ban on the exportation of unprocessed rubber material from Liberia here. But I believe that particular ban have an effect on the local farmers. Those farmers don't have the capacity to process those rubber compared to Firestone and Jesse.
Okay.
So you compare them to sell the rubber cheap to those people. At the end of the day, when they continue, those local farmers will be out of the business.
Okay.
So I want to to reconcile that. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Let's take this one here. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Good morning. What's your name?
This is Morris, Samuel Morris, from the Boroughs of Ruta.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. President. This Liberia is the only country when it comes to the public sector unionization that ratified the Geneva Convention, but yet still they are not being given an opportunity to have union of their choice. We are appealing to the president under his regime to please allow the public sector to be have union of their choice. We also want to appeal to the executive branch of government to proper appeal. We can also work alongside with it to make sure that we become one of the signatory of the convention that also ratify domestically within the country. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Mr. President, you can respond to this round, of course. Yangaya, the ferry there.
You know, I do remember the name Yangaya. I think it's one of those names I remember when my aunt walked me to come to Bami. And I went there, I think at one time. Yangaya is a very important community. In fact, there was a security that used to work with me from Yangaya. And we've developed friendship. They even got a zoo there that they named after me. So we've been having very good work. They visited me and the doors are open. The thing about it is that you got to go through some arrangement. Once they do that, we can have a point.
Okay. Unprocessed rubber, Executive Order 151.
I think Liberians should begin to understand that Firestone came to Liberia. Next year we make Firestone 100 years here. Firestone been setting the price for rubber. You can't be in the business setting price and competing with the people. Unprocessed rubber will not help this country to create jobs. By this time, Liberia should be producing rubber tires, gloves, and different things. The reason we say unprocessed rubber should not be exported is to add value to create jobs. We're going to move to the next stage where we'll begin to produce things like rainbow rubber tires, and we must begin to add value to create jobs. Just sending raw material out of the country doesn't help to create jobs. So they must understand. But that doesn't mean that they should be underpaid. If your FOB price is what you get, that means you should get a price. If you were to export the rubber, this is what you will get. If they pay that, excluding the freight. So we decided to set up a pricing committee. It's no longer Firestone that set the prices. The committee will review. We want to make sure that people are paid fair price so that rubber can be processed here to create jobs. We don't intend to deprive the people, but the intent is to create more jobs here, but at the same time, give a competitive price. And one of the reasons we might be competing with Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast have advantages that we don't have. They have electricity we don't have. Everything we do here is done at a higher price. That is why we want to reduce the price of electricity so that we can be competitive. So when you start competing with thinking about other countries, you must understand whether you have the same conditions that they are. And if we decide that we will support the other people's market, then we're creating jobs for them and not us. We will give fair price based on the prices here, but also the advantage you have is that they will create jobs locally, and that's what we're trying to do.
One recommendation was about the unionization of the private sector.
I think we have unions here, right? The bargaining unions here, but these are things that are passed by law. I don't make the laws. People come, what they want. If it passes into a law, it becomes law. So it is not me who will decide. But at the same time, we want to make sure that workers here are treated fairly.
Okay, so we're getting close to our time, but I want to switch in this one question. Mr. President, there's an influx of Burkinabes in Liberia. One lawmaker specifically from Grangida said they have uncovered over 60,000 undocumented Burkinabes, and that's only for Grangida. If you go to the whole of the Southeast, it's being operated by Burkinabe. Why is that? What are you doing about that? What are your immigration people telling you? What necessity that the influx of Burkinabes into Liberia?
Well, let me tell you, the whole world, even in the great United States, people come from Mexico to pick apples, to do this. Well, okay, we were part of the ECOWAS, and we have a system by which influx is controlled. But when you say undocumented, that is worrisome, but we've been looking into that. We have sent the security there. But again, let's have it straight. The Burkinabes are hard workers. They come in and work. And you know, when people come in your country, they work with you, then later on, the other thing I don't want for them to do is to begin to take all their lands and give it to them. But we are monitoring, we are checking. There are even up to about 80-some thousand Burkinabes in Liberia now. While we may not have problem with other Africans coming into the country, we have the problem as to how they enter the country, where they stay, and what they do. A few days ago, I had to send the soldiers there because the activities there are even destroying our forests. That tourism, where we've been areas that we've been designating for tourism, we're checking on all those things there. The Burkinabes that are coming into the country, I think they have been monitored because our attention has been called to them. But again, some of them are not just coming, some of the citizens are bringing them in. And not only bringing them in, some of them are intermarrying. That's how people come. What we want to do is to make sure that people who come to the country come legally, and that we know who they are and where they are, not just clustered one place. So we are taking care of that. The soldiers went the last time, the areas that were being destroyed for our reserve areas, we put a stop to that. They're doing gold mining, they're doing different things, but we are monitoring that also. And I can assure you, we put them under control.
Well, Mr. President, it's been a huge honor to have you here as our
Can I ask
guest.
the last question, please?
We have to go, Timas.
I have the last question. Can I, in my capacity as Director General, ask the last question?
You're not going to Mr. President, our time is almost up. What message we want to give like this?
Look, I want Liberia to be a country that will be recognized, a country that will be peaceful, a country where our children can in it, and become proud of their country, a country in which people who live here, we appreciate, and we have everything here, better than most other places. I want the most educated people to come. So we want to create a Liberia in which the Liberians will be happy, they will be involved in activities, they will be free to travel when they want to, but they will love their country, build their country. I want them to think Liberia. I want them to love Liberia and build Liberia. And that, I believe, is going to happen when we begin to open up our country, when we begin to reconcile our people, we'll begin to build roads, quality schools, ELBC will spread all around. People can talk, people can speak, the children can learn and feel free. And I know this is happening. This Christmas, I hear the flights are overbooked, come to Liberia. I want to have a proud Liberian country where people will be free to live here and move around and enjoy the best of health. And this is what we want to do.
What a way to end there. DG Fago.
Mr. President, thank you for coming over at LBS today. But as Director General, I get to ask my question. Mr. President, it's less than 2 years. January will actually make it 2 years. Mr. President, the roads are passable. Rice prices has dropped. Fuel prices has dropped. LEC is current and stable. Water is in supply. May not be the best, but you can look at LBS today, see where we come from. Salaries are current. Our currency is not in short supply. We can go on and on and on. The last question is, it's unprecedented. How did we get here? What is your secret? How did under 2 years, you managed to do all these things to stabilize this country? Even the rate has come from 200 to 172, 173. How did we get here? What is your secret?
I came with a mind, like I told you, not to be president. But all of these things we have been watching, and we came determined to make sure that we do these things by example, to show the people that this country, the potentials can be utilized. If you do it with the people in mind, you do it honestly. And I know that the Liberians are good people automatically. Once you put those things in place, they will recognize. So with God above, first and foremost, it's going to be even better. I'm doing it, not me. We're doing it together because the Liberians, when they believe in you, they watch you. Once you step out of the way, they all will go out of the way. So you have to promise and you have to deliver. And once you're doing it this year, honestly, they judge you by it. So Liberia is on the move to be the best country within this region, and I know we can.
Okay, so we have two questions here. I'll be the last. Just start and
They're married.
Go ahead, Kevin.
Do you look forward to doing this? I mean, we almost thought that you didn't want to make appearances because it's clocking almost 2 years. Do you look forward to doing this regularly, to have an appreciation?
Of course. Let the Liberian people, I work for them. Let the Liberian people know what we're doing. But I don't just want to be jumping on the radio until you have a reason to move there, to tell them what you intend to do. Because we want for them to hear from you what you're doing, for them to ask questions. Some of the things, the reason I don't listen to radio is mostly I don't like all of these rudeness and insult. This is not part of our culture. I like to listen. I want to see the young Liberians on radio arguing, competing, and doing good things. Don't sway our people. Our children going to start killing them to all the vulgar and things. I don't.
So you don't listen to radio at all?
I listen to BBC, I listen to EOW.
Oh.
I don't like, I will listen now to EOBC if the people become decent, respectable, and talking nice to one another, not insulting. My ears are not for that.
Lovely.
Well, not a question, just an invitation. I'm the director of news, and I kindly invite you to the newsroom.
Anytime.
Okay, Mr.
But
President.
by the way, from here, we're going to open the new NOCA office. That's why I'm going.
Okay, Mr. President.
Yes, sir.
With all the work you're doing, you are human being. I want to be clear. And I want you to be clear with me. You're too basic. How do you enjoy yourself? What time do you have for yourself? I mean, the Joseph Bagada I knew so many years ago. It was Joseph Bagada sitting across the table.
I used to
How
play.
do you enjoy it?
I used to play long tennis when I was in Lofa. I used to play table tennis. I listen to music. I listen to other things. You know what? At a certain time, you take time for something else. This time is to build this country. Enjoyment comes from satisfaction with what you do. What I'm doing, I hear Liberians this time praising the country. That is my satisfaction.
What kind of music do you listen to?
A lot. I'm a variety. I listen to all kinds of music.
Do you watch football game?
What?
Do you watch football game? The Barcelona.
What?
The Barcelona.
Mr. President, Arsenal.
Barcelona?
Yes, the Barcelona. The Barcelona.
And Chelsea.
No, come on.
No, but Team
No, let's get this clear. You watch it Barcelona because Barcelona side of
You know, yesterday I asked the people in London, I said, is it possible one time for me to bring Arsenal team to play here?
Why Arsenal?
And they said it might be possible.
Oh, really?
But Arsenal, that's my team.
Oh, big Arsenal fan. You don't know, T-Max?
Let's. So, Mr. President, thank you very much for affording you this opportunity and for the Liberians to talk to you. We hope we can do this regularly. It might not be.
I want to see a unified Liberians working together in our usual way where we meet, we interact and so forth, without all of these other things where people are always insulting each other. Not the way we go. Decent country, that's what we know to be.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. His Excellency Joseph Yuma Boakai, President of the Republic of Liberia, special guest on the Super Morning Show. My name is Vafe Kamara, Kelvin Demi. Kelvin, what is it?
No, my name is Kelvin. Bye-bye.
T-Max?